Okay, we are
Wait,
live
now we are.
from the Going for Two studios right here in the Clubhouse, 100 Kellogg's brand new official launch party. We have a whole crowd of people on the other side. We got the simulator behind us. Things are pumping. And what I'm going to tell you is tomorrow morning we are waking up and say today was a good day. And that's because we're giving away Ice Cube tickets today. So if you aren't here yet, you better get down here. We're giving away some Ice Cube tickets. We got the football simulator. Draft picks are about to get flowing. What else would you rather do on an April after like Thursday evening?
Well, guys, for me personally, it's been a couple years of just disaster, right? So I'm excited that nothing bad can happen on my team. There's nobody good on my team that I love enough to get traded away.
Yo, Billy Jeans is getting traded today.
Stop with that, man. This is the first night in a while I don't have to worry about crying on draft night. Don't get to say that too often as a Titans fan.
Well, my first question is, Shane, how long did you rehearse that Ice Cube line?
No, I didn't. No.
Oh, yeah.
No, I didn't.
You were practicing in the mirror.
That neck looks freshly shaven, and I know that you were saying those lines in the mirror while doing it.
Hey, I definitely shaved this morning. I'm not smart enough to plan ahead. I appreciate you guys thinking that my brain capacity works like that. It does not. But we got lots of picks tonight, lots of different things going on.
Yeah.
Finally, an NFL story that's going to come out that doesn't involve Taylor Swift, and we got the draft. So there's not a whole lot of intrigue of what's going on at one.
Can I ask you a question, though, before
Yeah,
we dive into our
please.
analysis?
Keep asking.
I made a video this morning. I said, this is my Christmas morning.
All right. We got lots of people coming here. We got a Bengals fan.
Oh,
We
yeah,
got a Philly fan.
rolling in now.
Yeah.
Fly, Eagle, fly. Yeah.
Malcolm
all
from
I'm
Milky
saying
Way
is-
Apparel's here. He's going to kick a field goal. I guarantee it.
He's going to miss.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, do you want the big, sexy present like Christmas? Or do you want that socks on them? Or you know what? This was a great gift.
Yeah.
And it's going to last.
So wait, is the socks
Can I-
a tackle? Is that what that
Hey,
is? Yeah, okay.
Can I be greedy and have both?
No,
Yes.
I
you
want,
can't.
yes. I'm spoiled kid. I want the receiver for a draft pick traded for next year, and I want my center this year.
It's clear to see that she had two sets of grandparents.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
not
yeah.
spoiled.
Well,
Yeah, I
listen,
didn't.
it is.
Yeah, I didn't though.
But to be fair, we did see Houston in my division. Saw Houston go up and down the board last year to get exactly what they wanted for Christmas, right? So I do hope that there is a little bit of intrigue this year for that too.
Liam, should I put it right in my mouth? Okay,
Into
the
my
mic.
mic.
I'm not good at this. I don't anticipate that there's a Houston thing going to happen this year. We could be surprised, but I do think that the top 10 is going to be only quarterbacks and receivers.
So
Don't believe that a tackle is in the top 10.
I do know that John Harbaugh is on the clock there at number 5, right?
either trading. I think everybody's getting traded in. Like I was listening today on the radio, and everybody is going to jump in. And the team they said was not getting a quarterback on the outside in was the Minnesota Vikings. They said they're going to get pretty much loopholed and stuck at 12 because they don't have the capital to jump in there.
Dion from Stronghouse Performance is in the building.
Hey,
Look,
Dion, how you doing,
what
man?
I'm going to say is there's going to be a surprise team that gets up there for a quarterback. And I'm just going to make a quick prediction and say that surprise team is going to be the Seattle Seahawks. And they're going to make one of those moves. I don't think that they're going to slide all the way up into the top 10. But I do think that they're going to
Hold on.
try and jump in front of the Raiders.
So they're not in the top 10. Who's the quarterback that slides?
I think it's either Michael Penix that's sliding
Okay.
or someone's reaching for Bo Nix.
Penix is the odd man out. That's what I think is going to end up happening.
I honestly
You got another
Steelers
Steelers fan.
I was going to say
You see
JJ.
a TJ Watt jersey over there? That's my boy Ryan from Fight Dan.
Yeah, I thought that you were going to for sure say JJ McCarthy was going to slide all down that board.
No, people have fallen in love with McCarthy. So people make bad decisions all the time. It's just a fact of life.
He's going to go in the top 5. We know that. Just a matter of when. Now they're saying the Giants are going to trade up, and they're forgetting Danny Dimes.
Well, but the rumor is trade up for maybe MHJ.
No, they're going quarterback. You're not trading up for a receiver.
I know.
So that might be the next part of intrigue. So I mean, have we all decided that Caleb Williams is the first pick? I have
What? I decided that 4.5
Look,
months ago.
look,
What are you
look.
talking about?
I think the Bears are making a bad decision. My money is also on them not picking Caleb Williams. All the draft hoopla says that I'm an idiot, and I think he's right now a minus 20,000 to not be the first overall pick.
So you're
if he's
saying
not-
there's a chance.
If he's not, beers are on me tonight.
Well,
I'll tell you that much.
You know, it's it's crazy how picked apart Caleb Williams has been coming into this draft. You know, the guy wore lip gloss and nail polish one night, and he got absolutely
Tied to his mom.
He also cried after a loss. Yeah,
I get it.
that's bad.
And I
And
don't
not even a bowl game.
I don't know if you
It
saw
was a regular season game.
Soft.
I don't know if you saw the latest tweet or not, too, but it was all the rookies walking in their Nike
Hey,
gear head to
I
toe.
don't
And
know if you just heard this, but the most refreshing thing that I've had all day is a Powerhouse beer. But keep going.
that was a refreshing add to the conversation. But all the rookies walking in, they got their Nike gear head to toe, and then Caleb walks in his own gear, like whatever. It was completely off base, and they're saying that this is the stuff that's going to stick out like a sore thumb. I got to kind of say, man, if I got to put up with somebody like Cam Newton for 8-10 years in the league and his silly hats and scarves, I can look the other way from lip gloss and nail polish for a quarterback like
Hey,
Caleb
If
Williams.
anybody on
lip
this said
gloss
it
and
was
nail
going to be
polish.
you.
Lip gloss and nail polish is one thing. He climbed into the stands and cried after a loss. That's a problem.
Listen, I'm
That's
known
the
to cry
problem.
after a few
Yeah.
TV shows, so I feel
Look.
I understand.
Guy that went to the exact same school, Reggie Bush, didn't even cry after they took his Heisman. He just knew he was going to get it back. Caleb Williams is the kind of guy that needs all the attention on him. He's also the kind of guy that if the attention's not on him, he's going to act like a little bitch. And I think that that's going to be a problem.
Well, you know,
They loaded the roster, but it's a problem.
so that leads me to my next one. I was going to say is that Caleb's gotten picked apart from the beginning to the end about this, and Marvin Harrison Jr. has gotten a pass. It seems from the guy still hasn't signed his They can't even sell his jersey right now because he hasn't signed his NFLPA deal. He doesn't show up to any of the workouts. He doesn't do any of the interviews. He's basically just doing his own thing leading up to this.
Wasn't this your guy?
What's that?
Wasn't he your guy?
He is my guy.
Just
So,
making sure.
Marvin
just
Harrison Jr. to me is not even the first receiver. He might be the first receiver pick, but he's not the top receiver of the draft.
Has your top receiver flip flop? Because I've wondered if this has changed from Malik Neighbors because I believe it was Malik.
I'm a Malik.
So Romeo is not the man because I think Romeo. The more that I watch, the more that man is AJ Brown. And if I could have an AJ Brown on my team again, oh my God!
And I'm not disagreeing with you. And I'm gonna say it goes Neighbors, Adunze, and then Harrison. And it doesn't mean that Harrison's not gonna be the favorite for the rookie of the year. One of the ones with the clouds. I
need a beer.
For Chad. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So what we have on the table there is a bucket of beer down here at the clubhouse. That bucket of beer, 5 beers, $35. You're not going to get any better than that. So head on down
found
here
my picture golfing.
Head on down here for the draft. Yeah,
That is how I golf.
Chad breaking golf club. So look,
He's lying.
if we're doing that, I think that this receiver class is pretty loaded.
Yeah.
And there's going to be people that are sneaking into the first round.
Xavier Worthy.
Yeah, no, I agree. He's one of the guys on. I actually even think Lad McConkey's going to find a way to sneak into the first round because there's going to be desperate teams at the back end that need a receiver.
Well, but remember again, the return game is changed. The return game is actually going to be a thing this year. The kick return, right?
Yeah.
If you got these guys that know how to return the ball, which are typically speedy receivers or corners, these are the guys who are going to be able to get themselves to the first, get some value.
And I'm going to cut it here
Please.
because we're talking about receivers, quarterbacks. Everybody knows that's going to happen. A couple guys that I was thinking about it, guys like T. Higgins, who got franchised.
Yep.
Yeah.
He is once said he was going to be a Bengal forever. He has to be traded.
What about Trey?
But pardon me,
Trey Hendrickson too.
saying
He's
that.
falling apart over there.
But all I'm saying is, who's going to sign a
Who's gonna
receiver
kick?
at $20 million when I can draft one for $3 million?
We need someone
And
to
that's
kick.
what it comes down to.
Well, but that being said, I don't know if you saw there was an article that came out that Adam Schefter shared that it was the hit or the misses over the last 10 years, and it was based on whether or not they got a second contract with their team. So there's some skewed results there.
Yeah.
Wide receiver was dead last on the list as far as hits in the first round.
If it cost me,
Boys, there's no kickers that are going to be drafted tonight, but our guy Carter Weld is going to step up to the plate, and he is going to be live behind us. We're going to keep talking like he's not there. You know, that's basically going back to the old work
How
days.
do you
freeze
miss
him.
this
Yeah.
guy?
I'm going to freeze him.
Yo,
Hitting the gym.
make sure you go laces out, okay? Laces out. All right, laces up. So you brought up the kick return, and those rules are going to be very different. So it's going to be very different to see who schematically figures this thing out. But I think there's going to be a lot more value into the athletic linebacker who's going to be able to stunt around and create. This is going to be a run game now. This isn't even going to be kick returning. Was it an embarrassment?
That was
Yeah.
wide left, yeah.
Yikes.
Well, but okay, so who went into the Hall of Fame this year that was a very unique position and kind of made himself longevity wise?
The guy was fighting for years.
Yeah.
Devin Hester.
Devin Hester.
Fighting for years.
So you got a player who only made the Hall. Now, longevity wise, he changed his career path. He was able to make a career out of it. but he really made the Hall of Fame because of his return game.
He did not make it as a receiver. We can all say that.
Yeah.
Like,
So-
you're not offending him by saying he
Well,
only
I-
went in as a
I think he
return.
was a DB, so I
He
hope
was
he
a DB
didn't.
initially.
I hope he didn't make it as a receiver.
No, he switched to receiver after his career.
Yeah,
But that's an example of where they've got a guy into the Hall of Fame for his return game alone, and now with the return
Right.
game changing.
We had a botch. That was a botch.
Oh, was it 2 botches?
Yeah.
Ethan,
No,
you're next.
No, I think Ethan just ran the machine,
Oh, okay.
and the botch was on Carter. So we'll see who's up next. We'll see if we can get Reno up here. Reno's going to kick a field goal because the Vikings always have a lot of good luck kicking field goals.
I don't think don't pull a hamstring is my
Yeah.
only
Don't
suggestion.
pull a hammy.
Now, I don't know if you guys seen the pictures. I mean, this is rivaling Nashville. Nashville's draft was pretty crazy, right?
That's fair. You can do it barefoot. Hey,
That's what Chad did.
Big Austin's here too. We can get him to kick.
But yeah, rivaling Nashville. Great for the city of Detroit.
150,000 people are flooding the streets of
And
Detroit.
we were there. Like I went to a Lions game with you back when I was in my early 20s, right? But like I didn't remember a lot of it for good reason. But we went to a game. I've seen it recently. There
Yep.
was only
Reno
20.
he wasn't lying. He's got some clean white and purples on there.
Oh,
Clean white and purple. Yo, slide those things off before you kick, maybe.
That is-
Those are clean.
And they
But-
only come out on special occasions. Oh,
Yeah. But you know what?
this might be
If
special
you-
enough.
Okay, if you weren't in Detroit right now,
Yeah.
where's the only place you would want
Right here.
Right
Right here at the clubhouse.
I thought
This
you were.
place-
I thought you were saying we were
Yeah.
challenging Nashville.
Yeah. You know what? The atmosphere is getting electric.
Yeah.
Someone's even pulling on my mic back there. I don't even know who it is.
Is that a magic trick case? I don't
I don't
know.
know.
Yeah.
But
There's pizza going on.
Shane, you used to say something to me back in high school, and it has stuck true, and it's really ringing true here.
That sounds right.
Fun is where your friends are.
That's true.
And oh my God, we've got a lot of friends here tonight, right?
Yeah.
And it's been an absolute glorious time. We've been here about an hour now, setting everything up, and how welcoming has it been here? It's
Yeah,
fantastic.
you know what? The hospitality here at 100 Kellogg's is unreal. We're hanging out up at the clubhouse, but there's always the powerhouse. There's the beer kitchen. Check out whatever you want to do. I know there's a concert going on downstairs tonight, but we are right now staring at a screen with Mel Kiper's face, and of course our friend Sean, who's super handsome, is right in front of us.
Mel
He is
Kiper, yeah.
Everybody's favorite draft analyst, Mel Kiper.
And as we continue to go on, so we know we have an idea who the first pick is.
Stop
What?
it.
Well, look, things happen.
Okay.
Someone can make a move.
Okay.
But who
It's
is
going to be the
second pick?
Titans. They're going to go
Who-
Joe Alt, number one.
Yeah. Who is the second pick? Are we looking at Jaden Daniels or are we looking at Drake May or other?
I think it's got to be Jaden Daniels. And I've admitted, me and Shane were very high on Drake May. We had this conversation a couple weeks ago. And I think Drake May played himself out of the number 1, number 2 spot.
Reynolds
At the end of
McCurdy
the season.
out of balance.
So here's what I'll say. If we call Mac Jones a bag of milk, I think we're looking at Drake May and we're calling him skim. That boy is just too small to make it in the league in a division that's they are very fast on defense in the AFC East, and he doesn't have anybody to throw to at all. If he falls to the Patriots, which is the rumor right now, I don't care how perfect they think he is for that offense. It's going to be just as ugly as the Mac Jones
I'm
situation.
telling you, the Patriots, if they stay at 3, should not take a quarterback.
No.
They are not built to win this year. Take the best receiver that you think is out there, and then let a guy like Jacoby Brissett play for you. Try and find somebody. There's going to be guys that show up at free agent. It's not about winning. Jacoby Brissett probably gets him another top 5 pick next year.
All I'm saying is, if they even stay at 3, it's an absolute sham. This is the time that Bill Belichick needed to be around, the trade guru at the draft, to move down the board a little bit and
Keep
recoup some
stacking
picks.
those picks.
That's right. This is the time when you need to take some home run hits between
Yeah.
1 through 4
So,
because your franchise is
it-
desperate.
A prime example, great team here would be the Vikings have 2 first-round picks.
Yeah.
If I'm the Patriots,
And not a lot of hope.
zero hope. Um,
Sorry, Reno.
Well, Kirk Cousins, he
I
won
got
out.
asked this week, said, do the Vikings have a chance this year? And my exact words were, about as
Yep.
good of a chance as I have of being 6 feet tall.
Yep. And I'm not sure who this young lady is, but she's stepping up to the plate and is
Love
not
it.
worried about her shoes.
Giddy up.
Let's see
Um,
what she's got here.
Now, what's interesting about the Vikings, though, is that they know there's likely draft picks coming their way next year. It's not happening this year, right? Based off of what's happening with Kirk Cousins accusations.
What'd you do? Perfect.
So-
Great shit.
Try all you like.
So when you know that you got draft picks coming your way, and remember, the Dolphins got hit with a first and a third round the takeaway for just talking about Tom Brady with Sean Payton, right?
Yep, yep.
So there's something real that happened here. they're likely to get a first-round pick of some sort of compensation, right? If you know you're rolling into next year with a first or maybe even a second in your back pocket, does that allow you to be aggressive this year to get that quarterback that you want? Because if things go south again, you got 2 first-round picks next year to hammer home what you need to get done.
So you think that they're going to award the pick to them? Because I thought they would just take it away.
I think that in this situation, I think they have to award it to them. I feel,
Okay.
yeah.
All
I
right.
think they get something. If you lose a player, I think that's the way it's designed. If you lose a player to somebody else and there's some sort of tampering that's involved in there, they got to get rewarded. You get the player some compensatory pick of some kind,
Yeah.
right?
And you know, I don't know if our friends are here yet, but we got to give a shout out to Big D's Pickle Shack and the Hot Sauce Co. for that stuff there on the bar. Big
Gibble throw, axe throwing.
axe throwing, yeah. And you know what? Big Will's supposed to be around here too. He put it in his calendar. He's got some stuff going on down at Throw, but the only place
Big Will is different from Big D, though.
two different guys, two different
Same
you know,
characteristics, right?
but yeah, lots of there's lots of big boys going on. And what I think is going to happen, just based on the way that the draft has been going, it's quarterback heavy, it's receiver heavy. That means those elite tackles are going to fall because there's a few of them.
I
So-
think you guys might be able to trade down a bit. I do believe that. And I think you'll get your tackle.
You're in a power position. You guys might trade away with the Vikings. You might drop down to 12.
It all
and
depends what the
23.
Chargers do is the first thing. I think
Yeah.
that's the big one. Because the Chargers and the Cardinals,
The Cardinals and the Chargers, 4 and 5 is the most important picks,
they
yeah.
don't need quarterbacks.
Apparently, 4 is the most expensive pick right now.
Which makes sense. Like Monty Austinford moved up and down the board last year too, right after that trade with Houston, right?
So, like,
There's our guy, Uncle Danny from Chambers Custom Workshop, just showed up.
Chambers custom woodworking there, yeah. My
Let's see if you can get a custom field goal.
man.
yeah, it's one of those things where, like, that pick is super enticing right now. And the value's got to be super high. Just saying, if they don't trade out, if I'm you, it's like, well, now our pick's in play.
If they trade out, MHJ is in play for the Titans, baby. I'm telling you right now, if Arizona trades out of that pick, and as stupid as this sounds, Harbaugh, I think, is taking a tackle. As stupid as it, they don't have a wide receiver to throw to. I get it, but they don't have a left tackle there, man.
Also, like, I don't think that he's taking an Ohio State player.
I don't think
I
you
don't see
can.
it.
Ooh, it would be a really weird thing for him to
He's
do.
also not going to take a Notre Dame tackle or a Penn State tackle. So
It would be really weird for him to do to talk up his Michigan boy leading up to the draft, only to draft an Ohio State player,
Yeah.
regardless of talent, right? We got
Right.
some more contestants.
yeah. All right, yeah. Pay attention
taking it.
behind us, even though we got things going on in front of you here. That's interesting. So if all 3 receivers are sitting there at 7,
Yeah.
you're picking.
MHJ, baby. I told you, they're generational
Like,
talents.
there's no way they're all sitting there, but I'm saying like hypothetically.
Yeah.
You literally just said all this stuff about MHJ, about how he skipped workouts and how he didn't do it at the combine, how he didn't do this, and now that's who you're going to roll with?
So here's my problem. I cannot. If he goes past it, if there's an option for the Colts to get up and get him, I can't live with another decade with a fucking Harrison on the
Big Nick
Yankees.
Stubbs welcome to kick field goals whenever he wants.
You can kick some field goals if you want there. Yeah. But yeah, I can't. I think is that if the Titans don't draft Marvin Harrison, the Colts are moving up to do it, and I'm not letting that happen in my division again, man. Come on.
The Colts seem to be a team that's looking at either a corner or a receiver. You don't want them to be in a position to make that decision. Well, they'll probably make the wrong decision, but
Oh, and then this offseason specifically, they did nothing but re-sign their own players. I think they only signed one outside free agent, and you draft a player. If they do get a Marvin Harrison, who's an in-home player, being that the family bloodlines are there, kind of thing. It's just what Jim Irsay does. I feel right. He's not going to be at the draft though. He's going to be apparently he's recovering or something. So first draft in a long time for them.
What do you mean
what's he
recovering?
recovering from?
I think he got sick or something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you
yeah.
were going to say something weird that we're not allowed to talk.
No,
Yeah.
that was years ago.
Yeah.
That was years ago.
Yeah. Thought maybe he went for some ice skating. All right, so we've kind of we have an idea of the top 10 and what's going on. Any chance that there is a running back or interior linebacker picked in the first round?
Yeah, definitely not a running back.
Yeah, I get.
No running backs going in the
Nobody's feeling like the Jameer Gibbs effect of last year is going to creep into here. So I mean,
There's a single running back
like-
on the board.
like Trey Benson is the guy that would be the top rated. You'd also want to look at a guy like Jalen Wright from Tennessee. I mean, there's no way that someone's going up to get Will Shipley from Clemson, even though
I'm telling you, the guy that I like a lot, and I'm talking bottom of second round, middle of third to the middle of third round, Jonathan Brooks. Like, that's great talent, great
Yep.
production. And as a Bucks fan, we need someone to complement Rashad White. And like for me, picking at the end of the second, when we have a 3rd round pick, that's the guy I'm willing to take those picks on.
Okay. Yeah, if there's anybody that wants to come in and chat, let's have them come in and chat about picks. I would say
Where's the other mic? We have
On the
So-
chair.
Okay,
is
perfect.
Brooks the Texas running back that got hurt?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So if he wasn't hurt, is he a 1st round pick?
absolutely.
Okay, so that's the kind of thing that like we're not thinking about.
Well, I'm being a
teams
little
are-
biased here. I am being a little biased. I still
which is
think,
surprising for you. It's usually not your style.
yeah,
But he's definitely, it's like, he would have been a
Yeah.
top second day pick.
yeah. This is the first year I've seen in a long time that the running back position has been so devalued.
I gotta tell you guys, there's an electric crowd out there right now.
Oh, yeah.
If you are not down here at Kellogg's, I have no, and unless you're in Detroit watching us, or you're not in the city, you should be
Mitch,
embarrassed.
you get a pass. You're
Yeah.
the only one.
I think this lady's gonna come kick a field goal in her high heels.
Do it.
Are you gonna kick that in your high heels? Yeah. Oh, we're pausing for you.
There we-
Yeah, get back there. We're pausing for you.
If those heels come off, it's all business.
Yeah. No, I think she's doing it heels on.
What a fun time.
Yeah.
No, you're kicking.
Yeah, get it. Give her a boost. Bud. Yeah. Let's see what you got. What? Maybe.
Maybe. You never know.
What's this young lady's
Two
name?
steps back,
Uh,
2 steps to the side.
step
I
on
believe
up
is
here
how it
first.
works.
We got Christina Fox from. We're not going to say your business because I don't know if they would like you here, but
Don't want to dox
Um,
anybody.
Tech Alliance. They don't pay us, but they pay you. How are you feeling? You're about to take your first field goal kick here.
I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
There we go.
You know what? If you make a field goal, I have some going for 2 swag on the bar there. That's yours.
You'd
Let's see what
also
you
be
got.
the first person to make one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be.
I'm good.
That's
How are
what
you
I wanted
doing?
to hear.
Uh,
If the execution doesn't happen,
Just got to go through the uprights.
gotta have the outfit, gotta have the mentality.
And are you going
We'll take
barefoot or
the-
are you going with the?
Yeah.
Through high school most of the time. It was not actually good. Just looked
Just
good.
confidence.
Are you barefoot or are you going in those heels?
Do you feel like I'm gonna do it in the heels because I feel like that's unique? Who knows what's gonna happen?
Okay. Well, let's see what you
Love
got.
the attitude.
Step on up to the plate there.
I love
Let's see
it.
what-
Said I should do it. That's
Kim?
Yeah.
I feel like Kim's been our biggest ambassador. She's bringing tons of people over here.
All right, it's time to kick.
Said you're our
Let's see what you got.
ambassador.
Okay, two feet this way.
2 feet back, 2 feet to the left. And
Yeah.
give her a good sweep.
Or just go do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah. Somewhere around here.
Yeah. Hand step.
Let's see what she's got. Oh, this could be legit. We're pausing for this. Oh,
Oh!
She just missed.
And now we know that it's just not. Do
Okay,
it
do it
one at a
again.
time.
You know what?
We
For
can't.
you, we're gonna give you another shot.
Yeah, we know the kickers in Chicago now really do have hard jobs, right?
They've never made
Yeah,
one.
you know what? That was a lot of pressure. So let's take the pressure off and see what you got here. Yeah, we're
Ready. All right. All right. Thank you for coming out. You know what? Are you sure you want to rep us?
Yeah, you absolutely do.
Tell your friends about us.
There you go.
All right.
Going for 2 down here at the clubhouse. Christina from Tech Alliance is hanging out. All right, we had some people join the
You're
set.
very welcome. Come back and try
Uh,
again.
We got Scott and Jessica.
Return guests, my man.
Couple
It's a silly jersey. I had to look away.
couple Chargers fans, and I don't know how the Chargers fans are feeling, but are you trading down? Because we were just discussing the Chargers pick.
You
We're not sure that they could pick a guy from Ohio State or Notre Dame
Yeah,
or Penn State for that matter.
I think Harrison will be gone by 5. So I think
Was he going to Arizona?
I think he's going to Arizona.
Yeah.
That seems like the most logical choice, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but I would be okay if we traded out a 5, right? If Minnesota wants, like, I'm just glad all this stuff about. Oh, stop, Knuckles. Sorry, I'm just glad all this stuff about Minnesota trading for Herbert and all that. Like,
Yeah,
like this whole week has just been insane, right?
Antonio Brown just having a heyday with his Twitter right now with that, eh?
That dude just screaming for likes.
Just
Right?
planting seeds everywhere just to mind fuck some people.
I would love if he talked about us.
I mean, yeah,
Great.
like
If he
talk
talked
about
about
Mr.
us.
Irrelevant. right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
I like how he retired this week with the Raiders. What do you think about that one, Shane?
well, you know what? He can do that all he wants. We all know his only years are with the Steelers. So if he
Yeah.
do- I mean, if he doesn't want to retire, they're not going to retire his number
He
2.
didn't play for the Raiders. I think that was just funny.
Yeah.
Now, you were like the Raiders. You never played a game.
Oh
right?
no, fair enough. Yeah. Just
So
signed him. Yeah.
He
yeah,
was rostered and he got a couple
he
paychecks.
showed up to a couple practices
Yeah.
and yelled his way out of there. Yeah, so you were a hot topic. Now, offensive tackle, I think
Right.
if
Yeah.
you guys do stay
Nick
at
Stubb is
5,
stepping
okay,
up to the mic
I
back
see a
here.
lot of these mocks that are talking about
on?
Alabama's tackle going to you guys. What are
Yeah.
your thoughts on that? Not taking I think the top tackle in the draft and Joe Alt.
Yeah, I think the only problem with alt though is it requires a lot of movement.
Mhm.
So you got to move Slater, then you got to move
Who's never played
right.
left, right? Yeah.
So then you're putting people in positions where they should be able to succeed eventually, but if you're looking for an immediate impact, I think the Alabama guy's the best shot if you're going to go offensive line, right?
So if we see that pick happen, are we going to look over there and see you're okay with that pick, or are you like, I need a wide receiver because I've got 2 of them?
It's really funny. So when I'm sort of a passive Chargers fan in that way, right? So I've been a Chargers fan since I was 13. So we're talking going on like 43 years.
That's a lot of pain.
I was going to say, so you're just used to the disappointment a little bit then.
Yeah.
So the year they introduced the powder blues, you were a
Yeah.
Chargers fan.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
So-
back.
Like I got buddies, they ping me every time something weird goes sideways. So like every time it's the fourth quarter and we're gonna find some way to lose it. Every time, they cut Keenan Allen, they trade him to the Chicago, right? It's like, I was there when Breeze got hurt in against Denver. We were
Okay.
in San Diego at the game.
Oh, wow.
And it's the same thing, right? It's like
So does that make you a jinx?
Yeah, I was going to say, you
yeah,
can that
something
own
like that. Could be. No, I know I'm not a jinx because I was also in Pittsburgh at the 94 AFC Championship game where they won.
Oh,
Oh, oh,
that's smoke.
yeah,
Smoke.
cutting deep.
But then got smoked in Super Bowl, the highest point spread ever by San Francisco that year. So, yeah. But so the thing is like you either have to believe in the system and the coach, right? Like you can't spend your entire life clamoring for a new coach, and then when he comes in, go, oh, he has no clue what he's doing.
And then, like, the best coach, the one that everybody was after, right? They've been after for, I know you don't like, I mean, I get it, but like, he's been after
Yeah.
for years, right?
Right.
So,
So like we were miles over the cap, right? We didn't cut, and I don't begrudge Keenan Allen not taking a pay cut. I totally understand it, right? He had a great season.
Yep.
He was sort of healthy for the majority of the time. He deserved to get paid. It's probably his last contract.
He didn't upgrade at quarterback. I'll tell you that.
No, I understand. Well, not yet. I don't know. We'll
No,
see,
not
see who it is, right?
Period.
and now it's funny because if he was asking him about Justin Herbert in the draft, this draft, the conversation was much different.
You didn't like Justin.
Yeah,
Herbert.
you were not a fan of
You were
that
very wrong.
beat
You know,
boy.
Until that bowl game, you were like, huh. And then we saw the bowl game. We're like, yeah, this guy's
Yeah, you can't go Ducks, man. Right? Coach proves that. Now him, right?
Yep.
So
I'm still picturing Joey Harrington. That's why.
yeah, fair enough.
Breaking news, eh?
What?
AJ Brown just got an extension there. 3 years, $96 million.
When you said AJ Brown, I just assumed he got traded again.
I thought he was going to the Patriots. You never know, right?
Yeah.
That was the rumor.
It was rumored out there. Can we get McCartney out there to kick a field goal?
McCartney, we're going to kick a field goal and you'll come on. Even if you miss, you can still come on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Do enough as a Lions fan.
Jess is pretty good at this, so
No.
I'm gonna give her some chance to
Yeah,
talk about the draft too. So
Who are you looking for? You wanting that tackle? You want that wide receiver? And what about the deeper part of the draft? You want a receiver? Yeah.
Definitely. Above the first round, I'm not too deep on my knowledge, but really anybody in the top few. I take an LSU receiver. They did pretty
Malik
well.
Neighbors, that's what Shane's been priding about. So yeah.
Yeah. And,
Hey,
and
it
I think he's the
works.
best receiver in the draft, so he'll luck out.
It would suck if I like Michael Harrison Jr. if he went too early and we didn't get him, but it's fine.
Mhm.
I'm just hoping that we pushed JJ McCarthy enough that they're gonna want to take him higher and we'll get a better draft pick.
Well,
Because-
like as a guy who's my team's in the top 10 too, I'm at number 7. This is the first draft in a long time where I think there's actually 10 blue chip players.
Yeah.
Like 1 through 10, everybody's going to got a good chance to hit. Versus like the top 3 are hits, and we got a couple guys that might mingle a little bit, right? So everybody can play.
Gut feeling, right off the top of your head, because we're going to bring in a Detroit fan, because Honolulu Blue is taking over this side.
Lulu Blue.
That's what it is.
I like it.
That's what
Yeah.
we're doing. Are you making the 5 pick, or are you trading out?
we
Oh,
are.
She doesn't want to talk about it.
She
Sounds
wants
like
she
jinx it.
wants a receiver at 5. I'm like 80%. We're gonna trade out.
All right, Dad thinks they're trading out.
I think Minnesota's coming down.
Minnesota,
Yeah,
you
just
get both
with the
first round
West, right?
picks.
Yeah.
Gonna be close. I think we can get both.
Okay.
Jessica has something to say about that.
we should keep our 5 pick and take a good receiver and just hope that he's a franchise receiver for us.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing our receiver at this
And
point.
Yeah.
don't rely on a Canadian receiver to be your number one.
Yes.
Like, no, that's going to be troublesome in the future.
Anybody else?
They go in. But you can't write Quentin Johnson off yet, man.
Yeah, no.
Right? Like, it's way too early. Like, I love that people are so, oh my God, he's a bust. Right? He was brought in to back up those guys who got injured and had to play sooner than later. Right?
Launch that.
They adjust. Right? And they get better.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, year 3 hasn't panned out. Okay, I get it. But it's early to write off Quentin
Fine.
Johnson.
We got to bring in a guy that made the
No
NFC
worries.
Championship. I watched the draft with him last year.
All right.
And we have some stories
He had
about
some
what happened.
questionable results, but
It'll-
they all turned out to be good
Good
stories. But
days.
we appreciate you guys coming
Yeah,
out.
we appreciate the invite. The girls are having a great time.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us come
We're
down.
going to head around. Make sure you fill out your ballots for Ice Cube tickets.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
All right, man. Yeah.
And coming to the stage, McCartney Sealy. Everybody clap your hands.
Yeah, he gets to wear this Lions jersey with pride. It's been a few years,
All
right?
right, guys. You know what?
Fantastic.
We had the pleasure of sitting with this man last year, watching the draft, watching the reactions. I think we can fast forward a year. We could probably remove some of the reactions. It was a great day.
I was shocked. I think, Chad, you got the selfie of me.
Oh,
as soon as I got
I
the
had a
info
video of
Jameer Gibbs pick.
it is
Yeah.
one of our most
I'm
watched
shocked.
reels that we have.
Hunched over, like why?
Shocked.
Why? Yeah.
But, man, it worked out.
Yeah.
Right? And Brad, we trust. Like, it worked out. I'm so excited. There's almost nothing he could do that I wouldn't approve of this year. He's earned our trust, man.
30 million for St. Brown. People were like, that's crazy. I don't even think it's enough.
Yeah.
That guy is never, like, legitimately never covered. And I'm going to say that he's probably better than the Antonio Brown at his peak. But Antonio Brown was always open.
That man was sick for a little bit. I'm a huge St. Brown fan. He's 10 times more than the slot receiver.
Yeah.
Third year, he's all pro. He basically averages 8 catches a game and 100 yards.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's amazing. So he deserves every penny. And then the attitude, the leadership, what he brings to the team. Love it.
I was just going to say, he made a quote today that some people may take as shade. And then I thought about it and thought, this is a hell of a good quote. When he said, when I went into the draft, there was probably 1 through 3 or 3 teams I did not want to get drafted to. And number 1 was Detroit. I had no interest in going to Detroit. I got here and I realized how cool Detroit actually is. And him signing that big deal, it's proving what he can do on the field. But that tells people that are on the outside looking in that maybe, what's Detroit about? What my next year is my free agent year. What's Detroit maybe going to be like? That's a team that's up and coming right now. And they've really only got one more domino to fall contract-wise there, and that's Jared Goff. And you got everybody freaking locked up for the next 3 to 5 years, man.
It looks good.
Yeah.
I've never been in this position before, but it looks good. It looks legit. You see teams come and go. You see those flash in the pans. Remember Jacksonville a couple years back?
Oh, I remember
You-
Jacksonville.
So you never know, but man, we're built off of offensive line. You can't go wrong with the trenches.
Mhm.
We're built off of like Jameer Gibbs, rookie, Pro Bowl, Laporta, All Pro. These guys are young.
So
and, like-
much young
Like making
talent.
history. Like Laporta made history.
Yeah,
That's
like
unreal.
it was better than what was it? Dick Butkus's
Yeah.
season. Crazy. So you got to see like it looks good. Looks good, man. And as far as Detroit goes, we've been a laughing stock my whole life. So I'm not going to pretend I didn't cry when we won against Stafford and all that stuff. Like it's been tough. So yeah, you don't want to go to Detroit, and he turned it around. We got DJ Reader because of that attitude that everything changed in Detroit. We got Carlton Davis because of that stuff. So people want to come here now.
Like I don't want to put it out there too early because I don't want to be an asshole, and I don't want to jinx it. But I think the Lions are probably the favorite in the NFC.
And they're looking to trade up
In the
tonight.
whole NFC?
Here's the thing.
I
Here's
would
the thing.
I would put them as the favorite in the NFC.
Here's the thing, though. It is. I have to give it up to Jerry Jones, the biggest hype man in the world, because it doesn't matter who's on the roster.
Yeah.
The Cowboys are always going to win the Super Bowl in the preseason.
Did you guys see
Shout
his,
out to our guy Pierre Shots just showed up.
Yeah.
did you see his comment, his quote this week, Jerry Jones? When the reporter asked him about the all-in quote that he said, right? How he's all in for free agency. Jerry said, I made that comment before I knew what our cap situation was. You old senile man. It's time to just let your son run that team. Jesus.
First off, we've all said some things under the influence before, all right?
So that man got,
NFC.
he got off his private jet drinking his $3,000 bottle of whiskey, and he had one too many. Bourbon does weird things to people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? It doesn't help you draft well, though.
Yeah.
Right?
It's not going to help them with their DAC negotiations either.
And that's the thing too. We want to get Goff in before Dak gets his money, and those kind of dominoes fall. And I'm so happy for Brad Holmes for getting Amon-Ra done, getting Penei Sewell done, because now Slater's got to get his contract, and Tristan Wirfs got to get his contract.
Is it weird? Not weird, but is it like, I think that Jared Goff is one of those players that he's going to take that Tom Brady team-friendly contract. Remember, the Lions were the team that wanted him. They
I think they will take credit for that. And I'm not going to say that they didn't want him, but I'm saying that they took him in the deal as like a bridge quarterback.
well, I think, yeah, you're right.
Let me speak on that one, okay?
Yeah.
Because I listen to a ton of like insider beat writer stuff, man. And there's a couple of guys who've been talking about it from day one. Brad Holmes wanted Jared Goff.
Okay.
The money, the contract stuff, it's not about getting an extra pick to compensate for him. Bro, Jared Goff was really good. And if you understood what happened, he pissed off his coach.
Okay.
Didn't like it. His coach didn't like him, and it broke down. We're humans, and so on the team, it's more than just how good you are. The situation burnt out, and Brad Holmes knew the talent that was there.
Well, he came from there.
He drafted him.
Yeah.
He was part of the team that drafted Jared Goff, a number 1 overall pick. So I think, in my heart, man, he always wanted Jared Goff. Knew Jared Goff was always our long-term guy. And bro, what a hell of a trade if that is actually true.
All right.
So that's it. Brad Holmes.
It's the rare situation where it worked out for both sides.
Yeah.
Rare, yeah.
I told you guys this story before, but Brad Holmes was the guy that kicked the door down with the Rams and said, we're drafting Aaron Donald. You will not let Aaron Donald get past us. So a hell of a pick there. He drafts Jared Goff. He wants Jared Goff. Jared Goff does fantastic things in Detroit. We laugh at his draft. Yet his draft seems 2 years later come to fruition. Brad Holmes is doing a lot of great things, man. I mean, was it really Sean McVay, or was it Brad Holmes finding the right talent to make anything click?
Yeah. And you know what? We have a division rival on deck here, but we have a more important question because you guys are competing for the division. They're trying to rebuild. Are you guys moving up for some Kool-Aid, or what are we doing? That's the rumor that's breaking out there.
And would
You
you be
will stay
upset
off
with
my
that?
Kool-Aid.
Okay, I'm at a place where I see that we got a lot of young all-pros, pro bowlers. We got to pay these guys that we've been drafting. So we're going to end up in a situation where I think we need depth. I want to trade back. But man, we got a Brian Thomas Jr. or like an amazing ex-receiver. You couldn't guard our 11 on the field, you know?
Yeah.
The other person, I take a Jared Verse on a trade up potentially, but that's about it. I want to trade back. Now, Cooper or McKinstry, either one is good. To me, Cooper, you got Brian Branch and Cooper running this like hybrid 2-safety thing, and it'd just be dangerous. McKinstry, he plays on the outside, and I think he could probably be a number 1 for us one day.
You can have whoever we don't take. How's that sound?
Whoever you guys don't
Yeah.
take.
You're BPA, right? That's what you guys are like.
No,
Really
but that's the thing is they're gonna get up it. They're gonna move up a bit here.
Yeah.
Win now
BPA,
mode. Like you need some secondary. It's win now mode.
The other thing too is that win now mode. I'm new to this. We're new money. I don't know if we should do the win now or we do the Buffalo Purgatory. We're good for
Kathy Bates on the Titanic. New money.
Yeah.
I'm just happy to be here right now.
You know what? There's lots to look forward to. There's lots of Lions fans out there. We appreciate you stopping by. We appreciate you kicking a couple field goals. We're going to bring on a guy in your division that does not have your fate. But we appreciate it. We're going to catch up once we're done here.
All right, go Lions. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, no.
All right. Next, we got
Reno coming on in with the pretty shoes.
Mike Reno. A nice clean pair of white and purple Nikes.
Wearing wearing a Harrison Smith jersey, one of your old alma maters, huh?
That's safety of the game, baby.
Yeah.
Right.
And a team-friendly
Not the
safety,
safety
too,
of all
isn't he?
time, but we're not going to get into that. Well, that'll be for a different episode. It's not, you know. There's a guy with longer hair that has better stuff. Like we're fine. We're not going to do it.
Go, man.
We're not going to do it.
Did we share that meme already?
Yeah, we're not going to. But how are we feeling? Like the consensus has kind of been that the Vikings are going to try and package both their picks, get up pretty high. We were talking to a Chargers fan. They think you guys are going to cough up both of your first round picks to kind of get into this thing and maybe pick a quarterback. But as a fan, how are you feeling about it?
I think it's time. We need to trade up. It's never happened in Minnesota Vikings history. We've never moved into the top 10 to take a quarterback. I'm a little concerned with Kwesi, our GM. He's got a much more of a Moneyball approach. He likes to find value and try and wheel and deal and take things in that are going to like kind of sway in the favor of value, as I just said. So I'm worried he's going to make an offer to a team like New England, like LA Chargers, and they're going to say no. Give me more, and he's going to be like, no, this is my line, and not going to cross it. I don't want him to do that. I'd like to see them step up, and you know what? I'm at a point now, like, they've never won a Super Bowl. Just go get your guy.
Yeah.
Just go get your guy. KOC, Kevin O'Connell, he's been talking about how he's been the quarterback killer in the draft war room, right? Like, when a guy comes up on film, he sees something, he's like, no, that guy's out. Right, and he's got his list of guys he can coach, guys he can't, and he wants to come up and get his guy. You know what I mean?
So this draft hasn't started. It's still fantasy land time, okay? We got a lot of great quarterbacks that everybody's wanting to move up for. Who is the guy that you are justifying and going up for? Who do you want? I'm going to see you running when the draft happens. I want to see you happy.
I want Drake May.
Oh, he's a Drake May guy. He's a Drake May guy.
Oh, we've already
I
talked about
want
this.
Drake May. I know.
So I mean, you're flipping with the Patriots, maybe.
That's what I think.
Okay.
'Cause I think the Patriots, their team is a little too decrepit right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Exactly.
I agree.
That's what he said. You cannot take a
Like,
quarterback
if
right
they
now.
take a quarterback right now, they're probably going to ruin him. Because other than Owenu, they have no O-line.
Yeah.
Right? They don't have receivers. They don't
Juju's their
have-
best receiver. I think.
like,
Right?
Their defense is around there, but like that's all they have right now. And
Oh,
you
their
can't-
team. They just re-signed J.C.
you're not
Jackson.
built to bring in.
like-
You don't have a running back. You don't have a line. You don't have receivers. Like you're in big trouble.
Yeah, then you're just going to ruin the guys. So I see them being a place to trade up to because it would just make more sense, build their team and come up. So I like May. I just think it's something from what I've heard, from the stuff I've watched, that he has some things that are coachable to be better, and he has a pretty high ceiling. I think his ceiling could be there. Like, I don't mind McCarthy. I like Daniels a lot too. I just think McCarthy's ceiling isn't there. I feel like it's going to be a good quarterback, a Kirk Cousins 2.0. You know, you can win with him, but
He
gets
wishes
40
he went to a school like Kirk Cousins went to.
All right, we got to wrap this bad boy
I
up.
think May though. You are right. One of the most
What?
accurate. I think he's one of the most accurate in the draft for sure.
Yeah.
So, what's the most likely spot? Really quickly.
Most likely spot for us to move up.
Here comes
I think it's
Tennessee.
3.
Okay.
I think it's 3.
Oh, all the way
And-
up.
Right? And you look at the market too, right? The way it's been. You look at what the 49ers gave up for Trey Lance. You look at what the Chiefs gave up for Mahomes. What the Bills even gave up for Allen. It's going to get up to 3. It's going to take us 3 first-round picks.
Okay.
And possibly change.
Yeah. So you got your 2 this year, your 1 next year, and that's good. So that kind of makes sure that you have to accelerate the clock and get things going. As this thing starts, the Bears are on the clock, so we're gonna be wrapping out here. So
Yep.
we appreciate you coming out, taking
Thanks,
off
guys.
your fancy
Appreciate
shoes
it.
and kicking the ball.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, you too.
Chad, always a pleasure. Shane,
Always
Oh,
good
yeah.
to see you.
good to see you, boys.
We'll definitely come catch up with you once we're done here. All right. So
This is just a
This is unreal.
glimpse of the group that came to see us.
There's a massive crew here that
Yeah.
no one can see right now.
yeah, if we could turn our camera around, it is pretty unreal. People on the other side there, people that are doing their thing. Liam is about to. Liam has one more guess for us. One more guess. For us.
Oh, we got to
Just
bring
one.
up.
Big Austin's got 2 minutes.
It was the new audio guy that wanted
Come
the
on.
Saints guy.
We got
I
2
get it,
minutes.
okay.
We got another.
Come on in here.
This is Big Austin. Austin, we're gonna first of all ask you to take off the hat. Because we're in a powerhouse bar. Thank you. This is a powerhouse bar. And we only support powerhouse in this place. How you feeling about the Saints? I mean, you got 14, right? Is that
14, yeah.
Are you thinking you're moving up or are you moving back?
They haven't traded down in a long time. They also haven't had a good first round in a long time. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm hoping they just go with the guy from Penn State and just stay there.
Well, you guys have been living off that like 2017 draft for some time. Like the cap stuff that happens every offseason, you guys can kind of get around it because you had that really, really good draft with who's the corner that, and then you had the Davenport. It was the end of the
The bust. I think starting in 2018, they haven't had a good first round.
Yeah.
Or the last one they have is Chris Olave, but they haven't done anything good in the first round since 2018. So it's been kind of disappointing. But I don't know. Talking about Mickey Loomis.
I like Chris Olave.
He's great. He's the only one that's been good in the first round since 2018.
Yeah.
And you know what? So the question we've been asking everybody coming on here is about quarterbacks. Is there any chance?
About quarterbacks?
Is there any chance that the Saints try and make a move up and pick a quarterback?
They owe that bum too much money to do that, I think.
Yeah, I think like that's the one problem with you guys. Unfortunately, is that like you really do have to hit on these draft picks. You can't you can't have fun in the free agency at all,
We
right?
got
It's just
28-3 just showed up. 28-3 just showed up.
wearing the second best tight end of all time's jersey, eh?
They want to rent a player deal.
But yeah, so there's no way that the Saints are moving up for quarterback.
What makes you happy though in the draft this year? What do you want?
Honestly, we need an offensive line, so I think it's going to work out for us that way.
Andrew Speed is going to be a tough loss for you guys this year, I think, right?
there's
Yeah.
a couple of
My
big
guys.
losses. Basically, they came up. We got to get the offensive line set if we want Derek Carr to have any possibility to do anything.
Mhm.
Like, I think they have the opportunity. They said that they have 14 guys that they like, so they're not stressed about trying to get somebody to fall in the order. So I think it could work out.
Yeah.
We
So,
gotta get rolling
yeah,
up here.
we appreciate you stopping by. We have to wrap our shit up because the Bears are on the clock and we're gonna get going here.
What's your one last one?
Please.
What's your surprise of the top 10 draft? What do you think is the big surprise that's going to happen? Shane said there's not. What was it? Only offense or wide receivers and quarterbacks, right?
Only gonna be quarterbacks and wide receivers in the top 10.
And I think there's going to be a couple of tackles in there. So what do you think would be a big surprise? Is there going to be a defensive player taken in the top 10?
I don't know. I don't think there will be any big surprises really.
No.
In like the whole first round.
The surprises are people trading up.
Yeah.
I think there's gonna be two. I'm gonna put the over under at 1.5 trades in the top 10.
Okay.
So
That's a good number.
two teams are flying up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a book to put that on, but we appreciate some. We're definitely gonna catch up and grab a beer, and then we're gonna sign off here in a sec.
Good job, my man.
All right, he's out of here. Didn't even see us. He doesn't want to say bye. Look, if you are not down here at Kellogg's yet, you need to get down here. M&M is on the screen. The Bears are on the clock. Powerhouse is in the fridge. We are gonna go out there. We're gonna do some mingling. We're giving away some Ice Cube tickets. We still have some more swag to give away.
Do you think Goodell's going to be able to do his hug? I hit his back surgery 3 weeks ago. They were saying it's a little bit ginger here.
Break his back.
No, that's my hair.
Yeah, someone's gonna hurt his back. I think that we kind of know where the first couple picks are gonna go. Like I said, if you're not down here yet, come down here. There's lots of people out here. It's an electric crowd. You can kick some field goals. You can throw some passes. You can hit some drives.
Win some tickets.
Boys, let's go have a couple of beers and enjoy the draft, eh?
Let's enjoy some draft.
And check
It's Christmas.
Christmas, baby.
check out our Instagram because we're going to be going live with fan reactions all night.
Hell yeah.